Flex your student status, flex it, because when you're done being a student, Jesus is Lord, you're gonna spend a lot of money on bills, on so many things, so you better flex it now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited you're here. High five, high five, high five. Okay, so on this video I'm going to talk about how to manage your money as an international student in the UK, international students from Africa, international students from Nigeria, because I believe there are certain experiences that we have, or there are certain things that are peculiar to us as international students that may not apply to home students when it comes to saving or managing our finances. And by the way, I have a community for international students known as the CP community. You should follow us on Instagram and Twitter so you don't miss out on helpful information, resources, workshops, stuff like that that's going to really help your journey as an international student here. Or you can also join our Telegram group. All information about this can be found on our social media pages, so make sure you follow us. All right. Let's get started. Okay, let's start. The very first thing I want to talk about when it comes to managing your finances is black tax, okay? If you don't know what black tax is the mandatory kind of like obligatory money that black people, Africans, Nigerians have to pay to people who are back home, or like if you are the one with the higher earning capacity, you are automatically seen as the breadwinner for the rest of your family. It's something that happens in Nigeria. It's something that happens in most African countries. Black tax. Why I mentioned this is because I feel like it applies to a lot of us. Even myself, I had to come to the point where I had to realize that I need to manage this better so I can actually see the money that I'm earning. From Nigeria, for example, when you come to the UK, it's easy for people to feel like, oh, you're in the UK now, you're earning £9 an hour. And then when they do the mathematics, they're like, oh my God, £9 times 600. This girl is earning 5,600 naira an hour. And they're like, wow, you're earning a lot. But one thing they fail to understand is that cost of living in this country is just as expensive. Earning £500 a month here is really nothing when you factor in your rent and the bills you're going to be paying. But then for people who are back home, people who have seen you blow, because in Nigeria, when you leave the country, you don't blow. That's what I mean. You get on blow. It doesn't matter if you are coming here, you are struggling. You are really, really struggling. Nobody cares about that. That's why you have, why am I hitting my hand? God, I'm so aggressive. That's why you have to be very, very intentional about how you manage black tax. See, you must not always say yes to sending money back home. Trust me, see, nobody loves their family more than me. Ask anybody that know me. My family is at the center of my being. Let me put it that way. But at the same time, I've come to understand that I need to manage black tax better. I need to know when to say no, when to be like, that was not my budget. I really cannot. Now, listen, I'm not saying when it comes to like emergency stuff that you need to send money back home, you shouldn't send. But I'm saying you need to come to the point where you're able to comfortably say, no, I can't do this at this point. I cannot. And also try to correct that impression of, your family members thinking that, oh, because you're abroad, because you're in the UK, you have money. And so they want to levy everything on you. Somebody needs a new wristwatch, they put it on you. Somebody is getting married, they expect you to contribute money. Somebody died, they expect you to send money for funeral. Somebody needs to move out of a house, they expect you to send money to pack out of the house. So my point is, you need to find a way to manage black tax, okay? Because this is really, really important. Now, the second way to manage your finances is to not live a fake lifestyle. Okay, see what I mean? Especially for we from Nigeria. That's why this video is specific to students from Africa. Like, we from Nigeria, there's this whole idea that, oh, when we come to the UK, we want to prove that we have blow. The truth is, you have arrived, but you have not arrived. So don't come here and start trying to feel like you have to prove a point. You have to come here and then within a month, you've gotten the latest iPhone. No, I'm not dragging anybody's wig on that. I also got an iPhone when I came here, but it was a necessity, not a want, okay? So my point is, a lot of people, you see them trying to live up to a certain expectation, because people at home expect that you are now rich, you've now made it in life. Then you want to keep up with the Joneses, you want to keep up with that standard. It will not work. Don't try to live a fake lifestyle. Don't try to prove something that you're not. Do you understand? Another important way to manage your finance is to learn to say no to social activities. Well, right now we are still in the pandemic, so social activities have not resumed as much. But once we get out of this pandemic, life should go back to normal. So you need to learn to say no to social activities, which also falls under trying to keep up with appearances. You know where you came from, you know how you got to the UK, you know how your parents, if your parents are paying your fees, you know how your parents struggle to pay your fees. If you're on scholarship, you know what you went through to get the scholarship. Either way, you know how you arrived in the UK and you know the cost implication. So there's no point for you to come here and want to prove something to your friends here in the UK that, oh, you're one of them. See, you need to learn to say no. You can't afford it. It's not in your budget. A lot of times my friends, like people I know, be like, yo, Chidera, let's go hang out, let's go here, let's go. I'm like, I can't go. And I don't even, the one thing about me, I can't be stressed in life. I will say no. I can't go because I know that if I spend, okay, we go out for that outing, I'm going to spend like £40. And I'm like, if I take £40 to Tesco, I know what I can buy. It will last me food for like 3 weeks. So my point is, of course, there are times when I still go out. My point is, you have to be able to manage yourself. Learn to say no. Learn to say no to social activities that will cost you a lot. Things that you really cannot afford. Say no. Just say no. Another thing I tell people is, even if you don't want to say no, you can offer alternatives. Okay, your friends offer to go to a restaurant that is expensive. You're like, oh, can we go to this other restaurant? I saw that their menu is cheaper. If they are not down for that, fine. Another alternative, which I recommend a lot, is you can decide to cook for your friends. So you're like, oh, instead of us to go out, why don't you guys come to my house? I'm going to cook for you a special like Nigerian dish, a special African dish. Like, you're trying to cut cost because you're trying to live. You're trying to survive here, okay? You don't have the same privileges with people who were born here and live here and have like all the amenities. I mean, in this country, they have student loans. People have student loans that are paying their bills. You're not privileged to that. So you need to cut your coat according to your size. Another important way to manage, hair have entered my mouth. It's in your corner now. Why is everything moving? What's this? Another important way to manage your finance is to invest back home, and that's because the currency exchange favors you. I believe the pound, the British pounds, is one of the strongest currencies in the world, okay? It's one of the strongest currencies in the world. So wherever you're from Africa, I know pounds is a whole lot more than your currency, or significantly more than your currency. So when you're getting money in pounds, it's really good that you invest back home. You look for opportunities to put your money into, because you are on the upper hand. Because for example, now £1 is like 640 naira. That's a lot of money. So if you can just have like £50, you can actually put it into something like significant back home. So look for investment opportunities back home and put your money in it. It helps because you have the upper hand of the exchange rate. I look for opportunities all the time to put my money, and then whatever I'm putting my money in, I always ensure I understand it. I tell people, as a rule of thumb, whatever you don't understand how it works, do not put your money until you understand how it works. You understand step A, step B, and how your money goes and how your money comes out. Then you can put your money. If you don't understand, don't put your money in that investment opportunity. Another way to manage your finance in the UK is to have a savings plan. Obviously, you should know that I wouldn't make this video without mentioning savings. It is very, very important. See, it doesn't matter how much you earn. It doesn't even matter if you don't earn money. All you're living off is your parents sending you money. You can save. Like, with whatever amount you have, you can save. And it's really, really important that you have a savings plan, that you're smart with your money, okay? And a good hack to this is to understand the difference between your wants and your needs, okay? I want to buy Nike. I want to get the most luxurious hair, but that's not a need, that's a want. So I won't now start spending money on things that are not necessities. Of course, there are times when you should make, splurge on yourself, give yourself a good treat, but at the same time, there should be a balance, okay? Understand the difference between your wants and needs, because this will help you not touch your savings and also help you save better. Another important way to manage your finance is to budget. Obviously, savings and budgeting go hand in hand, So you need to create a budget that is unique to you. Why I say unique to you is that everybody kind of has like certain expenses that are peculiar to them. For example, I like to order food from Nando's of late. Like that is my comfort. Nando's wings, Jesus, that is my comfort. Okay, so I realized that's something I've been spending money on. and I decided for the month of February, for example, I allocated £60 for eating out. Okay, £60 for the whole month. If you hit £60, I know the order again. £60 for eating out. So you need to create a budget that is specific to you, that is realistic to your needs and to the things you spend money on. Okay, if you would like me to create a video on how to create like a realistic budget as a student, like drop a comment down below and I'll make that video. It's very detailed on how I create my own like budget and everything. Another important way to manage your finance is to be wary of direct debits. Hey Jesus. So direct debits means you set up all these payments that automatically go out of your account without you knowing. For example for example, a direct debit on my card is Netflix. So Netflix automatically renews on my card. I don't even need to know. Another direct debit on my card is iPhone storage. So I pay for £2.49 for every month for 256 gigabytes of storage on my phone. These are direct debits. But it's very important that you're wary of this. Like, don't just always opt for direct debits because sometimes we tend to forget the things we've set up a direct debit for. Another important one to be careful of is free trials. You know, it's so easy to be like, oh, it's a free trial. If I put my card, I can cancel. Be careful of those things so that you always remember to cancel the free trial. Okay. One thing I do a lot is I go through my bank statements a couple of times just because I want to be sure that I know where all the money, like I want to be sure of all the money that is leaving my account. So I'll advise you do this every now and then, especially if you have direct debits set up. Go through your bank statement just to be sure that the money leaving your account, you are like aware of it and you know how much is leaving your account. But direct debits actually help because it makes you just forget about some things and it just leaves your account. But at the same time, be careful with direct debits, be wary of free trials. And yeah, another one that kind of goes in hand with this in terms of managing your finance is to buy what you can afford. Like, buy what you can afford. So here in the UK, there's something called payment plans. It's easy for you to set up payment plan. It's easy for you to take up loans. So I can see a dress today, right? And it's like £150. And I decide, okay, I'm going to buy that. I spread over the payment in 6 months. Now, the thing is, by the time I finish paying in 6 months, I won't be paying £150. I'll likely be paying like £170. But because they've spread it over, so they felt they needed to add that £20 on top. So you see, it's not really cost effective, but it kind of helps you get the dress. Like, it kind of helps me get the dress I want at that time. But penny wise, it's not always the best. So I always tell people, be wary of payment plans. Like, that's why you need to buy what you can afford. If you cannot afford it, sometimes just sit back, put your hand on your chest and say, I cannot afford it, and close the page and move on. Don't always opt for payment plans, like, because you just, before you know, you'll be in a whole lot of debt. Like, you're owing this, you're owing this, you're owing that. So many money just leaving your account like crazy. So be very careful of like buying things on a payment plan or taking loans, unnecessary loans. I see people taking, I'm like, why are you taking so many loans? Like, you really want to be living from one bill to another. Like, when your bank statement comes in, you will see so many money has left your account because you are owing so many things. Be wary of this, please. Be really, really careful of doing this. Last but not the least, which is very, very important, is that you should take full advantage of your student status. As a student here in the UK, you are elite. You are top tier human being. You are top tier. What I mean by that is there are lots of discounts. There are lots of like opportunities for students. Just because you're a student, you are a very, very special person because they know you broke. You broke as hell. So there are always like discounts for students to encourage us to buy things. So make sure you take advantage of discounts. Students, your student status, okay? You should sign up with discount sites like Uniday, Student Beans. I've mentioned this before in a video of mine. So ensure you sign up on student sites, okay? For example, here in the UK, you get Amazon Prime for 6 months for free. Amazon Prime means once you order something, you get it free delivery the next day. It also means you get to have access to Prime Video. Prime Video is like Netflix. You have access to it for 6 months just because you're a student. There's Spotify student accounts, right? So you need to take full advantage of everything you can get with your student status. Do you understand? Even when I go to shops to buy things, I'm like, do you have student discounts? Sometimes you have to ask because they won't tell you. Do you have student discount? I am a student. I'll bring up my ID card. So they can apply the 10% discount, apply the 5% discount. This is very, very, very important. Also, you can get like real cards for your age group, you know, and all of that. So like, Maxi, flex your student status, flex it, because when you're done being a student, Jesus is Lord, you're gonna spend a lot of money on bills, on so many things. So you better flex it now. Hey, whoa, this thing has been showing since. Oh my God. How was I supposed to do that on camera? Okay guys, so we have come to the end of this video. Please make sure to drop a comment. Let me know if you found any of this helpful, and if there's something I did not mention you already do to manage your finances better, please share it in the comments. Let's help each other, and don't forget to like this video, comment, share to other people, and most importantly, subscribe. Okay, subscribe, please subscribe. Let's grow this channel. Till next time guys, thank you so much. Bye bye.